The number one reason why chiropractic practices stay small is because they just don't know their numbers. I know this because I am the son of a chiropractor. I've been in this profession my whole life, and not just any chiropractor. I am the son of Dr. Ron Frogley, who was the co-founder of the Thompson Technique. He worked side by side with David Palmer to get us licensed as doctors. His gift to this profession has been nothing short of amazing, and growing up in this, I've been able to see thousands of chiropractic practices, and to this very day, there are just too many struggling to create the impact because they're still small. If our profession is ever going to have the impact on our broken healthcare system, we have to learn how to promote, how to market, how to run our practices by the numbers. And in this video series, I'm going to show you exactly how to run your practice by the numbers, what numbers you should be looking at, where to get the data. I'm so passionate about this because it's actually a chiropractor who diagnosed my mom properly, found the scoliosis in her spine when she was a young woman and trying to have kids and couldn't because of her back pain, her headaches, and child labor was miserable that they almost lost her life after baby number 2. But she wanted a big family, and she wasn't going to sit on the sidelines and be told that her life was doomed to rheumatoid arthritis, which she really didn't have. But that chiropractor x-rayed her spine, identified where the subluxation was, performed the chiropractic adjustment, and unleashed her body's healing potential. And through that treatment and her ability to heal and begin having more kids, I became baby number 10 of those 10 kids. And I am so grateful for that chiropractor that changed my family's life. And it was that experience that changed my family's path, that led my father to become a chiropractor, that led him to become the executive vice president to David Palmer, to build his own practice there in Davenport, Iowa, where he impacted thousands of families' lives. We grew up in this unbelievable healthcare system, and from that experience of enjoying health as a kid, I knew I wanted to have the same impact on patients as I became a chiropractor. It had such a profound impact that out of the 10 kids, 6 boys became chiropractors. And again, like I said, I'm the baby of those chiropractors. And when I graduated, I was so excited to go and heal the world. I was on fire with purpose and passion. And as I went in to analyze my different brothers' practices, what's the model I wanted to follow and what's the business systems I wanted to put into my practice, I was shocked that they all had the same problem, and that was they were all running their practices without really knowing their numbers. Now looking in hindsight, they could have been even more successful. They could have grown even bigger practices with more impact. And it was the same very problem that I now noticed that my dad had with his practice, that with all of his success, at the end of the day, they had all built themselves a job, not a business. Meaning they couldn't leave the practice without turning off cash flow. And at the end of the day, it's because they hadn't built a business. They hadn't built a system that operated with or without them. They didn't know their numbers. And I became so passionate about that, because when I started applying the principles of business and data to data-driven decisions in the practice, oh my goodness, like connecting the front desk to the numbers that they generate, connecting my case acceptance to the numbers it generates, connecting my marketing data. And there's a big transition that's happened. It's called the data explosion. When I first started practicing, we were all about yellow page ads. That's how we got our new patients. But that shift to online marketing, that capability for Google and Facebook and other platforms to promote, there's so much data. It's like, how do you analyze all of this and really make the best decisions to grow your practice? And as I started talking to all of my buddies in the chiropractic profession, I noticed that we all had the same problem, that tracking data, like so many of us were still doing it on spreadsheets or on handwritten charts on walls. And so with this problem, I started seeing these practices that were staying small because they didn't know how to promote and how to create a consistent flow of valuable patients. And I noticed other practices that had grown big and successful, but the doctors, the practice owners were burning out and exhausted and doing everything themselves. And there had to be a better way. A way to automate all of that data, to connect it to the right team member, to drive the right system, to create health. And I am so happy to announce that once I started connecting all of this data and bringing it into dashboards from your marketing data, your front desk data, your exam and case acceptance data, your treatment data, your billing and financial data, all in one place. All of a sudden my team members started behaving differently. They understood their contribution to practice. They understood their responsible roles that they needed to complete on a daily basis. The tasks that drove outcome, cause and effect of growth. And I could attract good associates where in the practice, I wasn't just teaching them technique, we were teaching them business skills of how to run and operate the practice on data-driven decisions. And now we have built some of the most successful practices out there. Doctors using these concepts within as little as 6 months have doubled their cash flow without doubling their overhead. They have seen an explosion in their new patient flows and value of those new patients, and that's what I want to show you in this video series. And we've identified that there's a science to running a successful practice by the numbers of exactly what numbers you should be tracking and what to do based upon how those numbers are behaving. Because there's only really 3 ways to grow a practice: see more new patients, increase the value of each new patient, or keep more patients coming. And we're really gonna focus on the first 2. I wanna show you in this video series the power of marketing data, driving your practice through its KPIs and lead metrics that create unbelievable marketing results. We break this down into KPIs, right? Key performance indicators. This is the vital sign of a system, just like we look at vital signs of the human body. So for the marketing system, we look at the KPI, the key performance indicator, that's the vital sign. This shows us the health of the system at a glance. And that is scheduled new patients. This isn't just leads, this isn't just phone calls of people calling in inquiring, this is we actually have a scheduled new patient appointment. That's the KPI. And we've paired that with what we call an accelerator. Every system has a KPI and an accelerator. And the accelerator for the marketing system is what we call a new patient acquisition cost. The healthier we can get the new patient acquisition cost, the faster we can drive the new patient volume. So the new patient acquisition cost is how much are we spending to acquire that scheduled new patient appointment, to get them on the books. And the lower we can get that, or the acceptable range we can get that, then we can start pushing the volume of new patients. Now, some of you are saying, I have enough new patients. I don't need any more new patients. Well, before you say that, recognize that the power to expand your reach means you need more team and you need more marketing dollars or more marketing influence to attract more people into the system. The more patients you have coming into the system, the more we grow the team, the more impact we have on the community. You can move from a single provider location to a multi-provider location to even multiple locations. A lot of doctors think, too exhausted to even think about bringing on more doctors or more locations. But once we unlock the data and we connect the team member to that and they become accountable for growing that data, oh man, now all of a sudden where everything was landing on you, the team is taking accountability for it. They're showing up and doing the work, which creates expansion, which is really exciting and almost like you don't have a choice but to open up more bandwidth to handle the demand that's been created by the marketing that you're about to create. And so I'm so excited to share with you the power of driving your marketing with data and making data-driven decisions. What happens when team members actually understand the data they're responsible for, they show up, they're accountable for it, they contribute to it, and this expansion absolutely accelerates. That's the power of what we call IQ accelerators. The BlueIQ, the IQ of that BlueIQ is knowing what to do with these numbers. I'm excited to share my first marketing tip with you. But before we jump into that, this whole video series is designed to help you understand data-driven decisions around your marketing data. And so we're going to use two practices as examples, real-time numbers coming from these practices to help you see how powerful this data is. In these two practices, we'll take the first one, who attracted on average 38 new patients at a new patient acquisition cost of $180 per patient, giving us a marketing spend of $6,840. While the second practice was attracting on average 60 new patients, but only for a new patient acquisition cost of $30, giving them a marketing spend of only $1,800. So which practice do you think was more profitable, more successful? In the upcoming videos, I'm going to show you exactly which one was more profitable and the data we're going to analyze to discover that, and so that you can do the same for you in your practice. And one of the things that you can implement today, I challenge you to share your why with your patients, with your audience, with your community. And what does that mean? If you rewatch today's video, I shared with you a little bit about my story, how I ended up here, why I got into chiropractic, why I'm so passionate about what we do. And I know you are just as passionate about what you do. How did you get here? What caused you to make a decision to steer your life and dedicate it to changing patients' lives? Why are you using chiropractic as your primary form of treatment? What do you do with your team to prepare them to deliver every day to your community? Why do you guys show up with full power and passion to change patients' lives? That message needs to be heard, and we have amazing free tools to do this in today's technology. You can go on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and share your why. Patients will connect with that. Your community will connect with that. Remember that people care more about why you do what you do more than what you do. You've got to share your why. And I challenge you to go live today and share that message with your community, and you will be amazed at the people that are waiting for a leader just like you to show up in their lives. Attend the IQ Accelerator live virtual event or in person and make this 2 days in Las Vegas at the Red Rock Hotel incredible. Fill your practice with high-value new patients in 30 days, spending less time than you're currently spending all year on your marketing. Learn the data behind your marketing strategy for the ultimate return on your marketing investment. Listen, we know your time is valuable, so we want to make sure that you 10 times the return of your investment in your ticket, your travel costs, and bring your team to this incredible event. I guarantee this event will pay for itself on day one. And if you're not completely satisfied, just simply come and tell me that you want your money back, and no questions asked, it will be refunded. Because we've put together actionable systems that are simply plug and play into your practice immediately, and that is priceless. So here's what you're going to walk away with from this event: a new patient marketing system with tools, cheat sheets that any chiropractic practice can implement immediately for fast, easy, and affordable marketing systems. You're going to get your 2022 content marketing calendar packed with incredible ideas to drive your marketing within your practice. You are going to get our case study done for you landing page, where all you have to do is add the case study, which we're going to show you step by step how to create at this event. That alone is worth $5,000. We are going to save you so much time and money by training your team for you, and you're going to 10x that return with our marketing team member checklist. So good, so clear, so easy to implement. Now here's the beautiful part. If you don't have BlueIQ yet, you get access to BlueIQ for 30 days to not only see the power of its growth tools, but how to track, analyze, and use your marketing data for insane practice growth, and to connect that to your team bonus system. That's right, the perfect team member bonus system right inside of BlueIQ. But don't take it from me. Our results speak for themselves. Here's what our attendees from last year had to show us. Dr. Cooner, up $750,000. Dr. Prax up $700,000. Dr. Del Rio grew $500,000 and doubled his collections. Dr. Pearson grew $200,000. Dr. LeBerry grew $400,000. And Dr. Henry up $400,000 and have doubled the number of their practices. This is the power of the IQ Accelerator event, and we are ready to share it with you. The total value of the IQ Accelerator event is almost $15,000, and today we're offering you 50% off. That's right. Tickets that are $19.97, we're knocking $1,000 off and you get it for $9.97. And you can bring up to 4 team members. But don't wait, we sell out every year. You have to get your ticket today before these tickets are gone. Click the link below and get your IQ Accelerator ticket today.